Hi, everybody. I hope you're all doing great today. So, if you missed my live stream, I'm going to be going over everything that I did on my live stream where I first started. With that being said, let me go ahead and get that. What was the button? I think it was that one. Yeah, there it is. Want to make sure I was pushing the right buttons. So, I'm playing StoneBlock 4. It is my return to Minecraft, modded Minecraft, because I haven't played modded Minecraft in some time. Watching back through my replay, I noticed down here how my watermark was kind of uh, taking up some space over here that was just a little too much. In fact, I'm not a big fan of how you can't see a whole lot, see the tips down in that bottom corner there. So I'm going to move it up just a little bit. So now that you can see these tips, I love when you guys can see those tips as much as I can. So, that being said, some of the things that I did during that, oh, well, would you look at that? Is I got introduced onto a mysterious path where I talked with a, what was it called? The Echo of Guidance. Chose where I was going to start. I chose to start in the original Cave of Mysteries, which is where you start in quite literally just a single cave, which is, I believe, a 9x9. Yes, a 9x9 cave, and is absolutely pitch black. There are random events that occur. If you didn't know that, they can be a little jump scary. My favorite is when the loot bee comes by and drops off random little things. I haven't seen the loot bee for a little bit. Um, you create your first crafting bench, which is right down here. It is created simply by, with an empty fist, you go over to stone and you punch it to get some stones. Oop, wrong button. And you craft a piece of stone using 4 stones. Crafting some hammers. Then you craft the hammer. You break down some stone into dirt to get your first trees, which you can then grow. You dry out the leaves on a campfire, such as this one here, so that you can get a brush. So far, that is pretty much where I've gotten to, which I do have some stuff to claim. So I do need to work on expanding my base a little bit. That is what I do plan on doing. You do see that I have a tunnel here. When I went and saw the Echo of Guidance, which I can do by hitting /spawn, that takes me to the Echo of Guidance. I'm not going to go there just yet because I don't have a need to go to them. At least not just yet. Um, they told me that there is I think they said they called it a wellspring that I could find something at. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I found uh, a wellspring down there. That being said, I went and found that wellspring It is a giant geode. It's absolutely stunning in there. It is also a wealth of resources. There is I tried breaking down a whole bunch of dirt to try and get hemp seeds so that I can make myself a backpack. The backpack was not a success because I only have 3 pieces of leather and you need 4. Instead, I made these 3 not hoppers, bonsai pots, which I need to make um, axes for, so that they can start chopping trees for me. I do think that I'm going to move these, um, again, part of base planing, so that I can have separate areas for like agriculture, a place for having passive mobs, um, a place for breaking down the stone and having like the techie stuff, and then having um, a spot to process like metals and whatnot. Trying to think of what else there is right now. But the big thing is I did also, because of Loot Bee, I did get an egg, oops, and a feather. So I'm gonna claim that real quick. Um, because I had uh, done this before ending, or right after ending my live stream, because I was just trying to get a thought process going on how I wanted my base to be started and laid out. I was thinking of having like an outer ring sort of deal going around this main central point, and then having it kind of step up so that I could have the corridors that go off, because when you go to the map like this, you can see how it goes off this way. So I wanted to kind of keep that same sort of deal where it goes up and then I have that dimension. I wanted to keep that same feeling where I have dimension and be able to have access without interfering with the farms and other things, um, in my base itself. So that being said, my thought is stick with one type of wood. I think cherry saplings give more of a pink wood. I'm thinking I love spruce because it has a darker wood. It might be a better feel for being down here with all the stone. So I might switch these bonsai pots to more of a to more spruce than having these other 2, or maybe just have 2 spruce and 1 oak, because I don't think the spruce produces apples, just so that I do have a food source in production as well as sticks while I'm at it. First things first, though, I'm going to open up some of these walls and get that started. Oh, and I'm gonna put in some axes and get these changed out. Okay, so this is a general idea of what I'm thinking of for the outer ring. So I did go one more than I intended over here. So I'm currently in the process of fixing it. Um, I did move or set up another furnace over here, using the 2 hoppers that I got as a reward. Um, an old trick that I totally forgot about. It's currently smelting some stone for me for any other mishaps that I may have. But what I want to do is I want to use, I decided to go with dark oak instead, which these bonsai pots move so quickly for producing any sort of um for producing any sort of resource, which is just mind blowing. So I think I'm going to keep the oak going just so that I can smelt it down for coal for the time being, because I feel like I'm going to be utilizing it a fair amount. Um, but I think what I'm going to do is I think I might take and put a stair here and then do a staircase up and to the next level. I'm going to try that out and see how that looks and see if I enjoy it. Um, and do it with the dark oak and have dark oak stairs that go up to the next level. Whether or not I have them connect in the corners is something that I'm unsure of right now. But this is kind of the vibe. I did have them match the ceiling height in the main area. Whether or not I do something to round it out using staircases or do something like this, I'm not entirely sure on just yet. But this is the general idea that I had. So let me put in the stairs and maybe move these bonsai trees and maybe get some grasslands set up, um, so that we can hopefully get some passive mobs going. So this is what I've gotten. Oh, there's something rustling nearby me. Oh, it's a quantum goat. Goat. It's a goat. Come here, goat. Oh, what did it drop? It dropped some flux dust. What's flux dust used for? I don't even know what flux dust is used for. Flux dust. Flux text. Flux net. Flux networks. Oh, it's used in a whole bunch of stuff. Flux core, flux blocks, flux controllers. Oh, it's for like power generation. I understand. Not really, but I can pretend. Anyways, so this is kind of my thought for going around. So this leaves a spot kind of like for entrances like that that I can dig into and branch off of. And then it gives a nice little entryway that it can be framed off of. So this is just one side. So, and then when you're on the sides, you'll be able to view two out of the other four while you're at it. So I think what I'm going to do, I don't know how much dirt I have because I know, where is it? I got some delightful dirt because I went into that amethyst over here, the wellspring, and a wandering trader popped up and I traded my ectoplasm to the wandering trader and got this. So if I can get some passive mobs, that's moss. I don't want moss. I only have 4 dirt to my name. I'm gonna have to break down some dirt. But break down or push this back probably 5 or 6 blocks and then put in a fence and then start spawning in some passive mobs back here. Maybe get some chickens. I would love me some chickens, you know, because I think there's roosting chicken. Yeah. So using the chickens, start farming the chickens and start getting all the different chickens. Because then I can start doing, I can branch off of this and have a roost. Because I'm thinking over here, have the passive mobs over here do the farm for like the trees and seeds. I wonder if my axes have given up the ghost. But for trees and seeds, and then on the opposite side have storage, and then over here have like the furnace and crafting and whatnot, and storage. No, storage is going over here, but have crafting and smelting. Hey everyone, you may notice things may sound a little different here. This is editor Milo. My microphone battery died without warning and I didn't catch it. I'm going to try to provide as much context as I possibly can. I may not be able to remember everything, so I'm going to do the best that I can and explain everything that's happening on screen. So please bear with me. I do apologize. Um, I'm going to do my best. Thank you. So in here, I'm going to go up these stairs that I got put in. I did put in some dirt blocks. I put down the delightful dirt. I'm hoping that I put the delightful dirt in properly. I'm wondering if I put in enough light because these are supposed to help generate passive mobs, but I'm not seeing any passive mobs. I did use some of the seeds that help generate grass so that the grass can spread as well. Um, I'm just hoping that there's enough light for this delightful dirt. Let me know if I'm putting in enough light. I put in the fence and the gates here to help prevent any mobs from passing over it. And then I'm wondering if anything is going to possibly spawn on those grass blocks on that outside part. And then I'm sitting here trying to figure out exactly where I'm going to place things. So I'm thinking of putting the agriculture stuff there, the storage here. And for the storage, I'm thinking I might do the drawers over doing barrels because the drawers just store a little bit more. You have more versatility with them. And just overall, a little more designability from memory, at least that's what you have over barrels and the chests. I'm gonna look at in here because there are upgrades for them to go with that. You can also fit up to 4 items in a 2x2. I'm looking to see if there is a larger picture so that you can see what I'm talking about with it. But I'm just not seeing a larger picture so that you can see what I'm talking about, which is just unfortunate. Um, because I really, really wanted you guys to see what I was talking about with the 2x2. And then there's always the upgrades, which those just expand on how much it can hold. So there's the copper upgrade. I think it's a gold upgrade that's next to it, the diamond upgrade, and then netherite upgrade. Then you have the iron upgrade or downgrade, which I'm not sure why that is. And then the max storage upgrade, which is not craftable. I did try to click on it and you just could not click on it. That might be a shop purchase item. Also, you have the compacting drawers. Compacting drawers are useful for items that can be crafted into blocks themselves, such as like the tiny coal. I do believe you can put the coal into that and craft it down to the tiny coal and vice versa. And it looks like there is Tinkers, which is now Productive Metalworks. I don't know if that's a name change or if it's a different mod altogether, but I'm looking for iron in particular, uh, just because I don't know how to get iron. It looks like there is an event that is occurring. Sand and what looks like gravel just fell down from the ceiling. It looks like I may have to get my brush out. So let's see what they hold. Search through the chest and the barrel for my brush because I can't find them. And I'm going to brush these real quick. Eventually, if I can figure out how. And it looks like I got a piece of gold and copper and clay from that one. I was trying to uh, do the vein miner in this game for it, and I got copper and clay from that one, and it looks like a pottery sherd from that piece of sand. So it looks like there is the archaeology in this game as well, which is really, really interesting. And then I think I'm getting a diamond, but it doesn't really look like a diamond. Then some copper and clay, blue zirconium gem from Zycraft World. I don't know what that is. I don't know what it's for. I'm going to have to look into that later. Brush the gravel. I don't know what that was. I'll look at it here in a moment. And it looks like either flint, another blue zirconium, and oh, it looks like that was iron. So I think that is how we get the iron then. So you have to brush gravel to get the iron itself, which that I think this is how you get it. I think they replaced using sieves in place, they replaced sieves with brushing to kind of keep it fresh and keep it with the current update versus using the sieve. So I'm looking around. I don't know what I was looking around for. I think I may have been planning. I don't remember what I was doing. Yeah. So what I'm looking at doing is planning for what I'm going to be doing. I'm gonna smelt some more logs down, turn them into coal, and then in preparation for busting down some cobble into gravel. I'm going to do that off camera. That way I don't have to bore you guys with it because it seems like I need to get a whole bunch of iron because for the live stream on Saturday, I'm going to look at doing setting up the storage system, uh, utilizing all drawers. And for that, I'm going to need iron because I do want compacting drawers. And right now, I'm trying to see if I can smelt up that iron, but it doesn't look like I can put it into the furnace. So I may have to put it in, like form it up, but I don't know the recipe to form it. It may be a 4x4, but it's one of those things that I didn't know that at the time. I do know that now, and I'm going to search it up to find out that it is indeed a 4x4. I did try doing the at while searching it, and it was just, and then I clicked on it, realizing, oh, I needed to right click on it, not left click. Uh, Obviously, I don't have enough, which just means I need to do more. That is going to be the end of today's episode. I want to thank you all for joining me today. That being said, I do look forward to seeing you all on Saturday. I'm going to be going live around 6 p.m. I will be posting it on my community page here on YouTube, as well as on my personal Facebook page. If you do, please hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you guys. Bye. I hope you have a great day.